I'd like to call this meeting to order, starting with the public hearing for proposed local law number 1 of the year. Will clerk please call the roll?
His Honor the Mayor,
Here.
Councilor Reynolds, Councilor McLaughlin,
Here.
Councilor Emmons,
Here.
Councilor Walker, Councilor Gozick,
Here.
Councilor Van Buren, Councilor Cordino.
Here.
All are present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Currently, there is nobody signed up to speak regarding the proposed local law. Has anybody decided they'd like to speak? Seeing none, I will...
I just wanted to thank this council and the city officials for everything that you put into putting the having the hearts up on the bridge. It's really gone over big. People that we talk to from out of town want to come in just to see them, which is great. So thanks for all of your effort, some of the behind-the-scenes effort that went on, and they're up and they're great, and they'll be even more awesome as the month goes on.
Thanks, Helen. Anyone else on the local law? Seeing none, I'll take a...
Here's the first time on. Thanks. I don't know. Hi, I'm Tom Chapa or Tom Ciappa, depends on where you are. And I just wanted to voice my concern about this. My concern is that you're trying to build a community and trying to build a fabric of a community. And the presence of employees of the community within it make a big difference in that fabric. Having people living in your community make a big difference. And the idea that someone is invested, we invest in these people, and I feel like we should get something from that investment. If people aren't obligated to live here for those positions, if they don't stay in town, we lose the tax dollars on the real estate, but we also lose the other expenditures. And I think that we have to be mindful that and I'm sure you've all seen this, that how many times people will ask, how come college professors don't live in Oswego anymore? How come people at the plants don't live in Oswego anymore? And you're trying to create that community. But you do it by having those people build the fabric, not just by going out and saying, okay, we got somebody who does the job. I want someone who's going to take that job who's also invested in this community, who's going to take that job, and at the end of the night, they just don't go home to someplace else, spend the money that we've given from here someplace else, but they're invested, and when they come in the next morning, they know, you know what, it's about my community as well. So I know it's probably, falling on moot ears to some extent. I'm pretty sure it's going to pass, but I think you should consider that in every move that you make. I think it's important that these considerations are made not just for the ideology of them, but also for the practicality of them. Not for this year or next year, but for 5 years and 10 years down the road. So I just wanted to voice that and voice my concern and voice my opinion on it. So thank you for hearing me out.
Councilor Walker?
Yes.
Oh, I did it wrong. Councilor Gozick?
Yes.
Councilor Van Buren?
Yes.
Councilor Cordino?
Yes.
Councilor Reynolds? Councilor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Councilor Emmons?
Yes.
Public hearing is adjourned. Public session will start in about 7:15. Now we start a public session. I have nobody listed to speak, but anybody else to speak? Seeing none, I will close public session. Regular meeting will begin at 7:30.
I'd like to call this meeting to order. We'll start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, will the clerk please call the roll?
His Honor the Mayor.
Here.
Counselor Reynolds. Counselor McLaughlin. Counselor Emmons.
Here.
Counselor Walker.
Here.
Counselor Gozick.
Here.
Counselor Van Buren.
Here.
Counselor Cordino.
Here.
All are present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Under the mayor's report, I don't really have anything to report other than I'd like to take a moment and thank the Oswego Fire Department, Oswego Police Department, and the DPW. Also the Red Cross for their response to the fire on West 5th Street. I went down, I was joined by Counselor Emmons, and we kind of just watched the response and how the departments interacted with one another and handled the crowd and handled the situation. And I know I was truly impressed, and I'm sure Counselor Emmons was as well. Counselor actually went out of his way to help some of the victims of the fire, so thank you to Counselor Emmons as well. Other than that, I do not have anything else, anything from the counselors. Counselor Emmons.
I just want to say thank you to the city for a wonderful Warm Up Oswego Festival. I think they had a great turnout, lots of activities with the festival itself. The city certainly was part and parcel of that, especially with the fireworks display, which I always think is a great treat in the middle of February. I'll just echo what the mayor just said about the fire department. I think it was a tremendous response to the fire. I think that it's easy sometimes to criticize things that you don't see actually taking place, but when you see the professionalism of our fire department in action, I think it tells a very different story, and I congratulate and commend the chief and his crew. And they've been tremendous in terms of the follow-up, too. I don't know if a lot of folks don't, but my wife, being the social worker of 16 years she was, decided to take some action in terms of helping those families out with items that they lost as a result of the fire. We're still getting phone calls today with those donations, and she's just been a tremendous saint, I think, for many of those families. Fire department was tremendous within that response, too, and the Lieutenant Canzone was fabulous in terms of all the follow-up. What a great place to be in, honestly, when a city comes together the way the city did to help out 5 families that literally lost everything in the fire. So I think we all should be commended in the city for that tremendous work.
Thank you. Counselor Van Buren.
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke with Jeff.
Anyone else? With that, will the city clerk please read Resolution 42?
To approve minutes of the Common Council meeting held January 25th, 2016.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Walker. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 43.
To approve the use of public space, Samuel Natoli, owner of property located at 74 East 10th and a half Street, in order to accommodate existing encroachment.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Van Buren. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds. Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 44.
To approve the use of public space, Mr. and Mrs. Robert McGrath, proprietors of the Clubhouse Tavern and Spencer's Alley, located at 124 and 126 West 2nd Street, in order to host the annual United Way Breakfast to be held on Saturday, July 30th, 2016.
Counselor Walker, Counselor Corodino. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren? Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 45.
To approve the use of the McRobey Building by the Sea Cadets for drills in a fundraiser event to be held on Saturday, February 26, 2016.
Counselor Van Buren, Counselor Gozick. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 46.
To approve the use of Wrights Landing Marina on Saturday, April 9th, 2016 for the Oswego Polar Plunge hosted by the New York Special Olympics.
Counselor Van Buren, Counselor Emmons. Any comments? Counselor Van Buren.
Thank you, Your Honor. As has become a tradition, I would like to amend this to add councilors to participate in the event. Just give a little history to our city councilors. When this first started, the director was a personal friend of Councilor Todd's, and he had spoken very highly of it, wanted the entire council to participate. Specifically, Councilor Myers and myself joined him. Those two subsequently bailed on me and left me to do it by myself, which I did, representing the city. I felt that it was my job. So the following year, I made sure to get in the resolution that Councilor Todd and Councilor, at the time, but Councilor Enright had to participate in the event. So we've done that every year since. So this year, I would like to amend this to include council leadership. Councilor Sean Walker, who has not done it since he's been here, Councilor Cordino, who is representing some of our new squad, as well as Councilor Emmons.
That's a righteous amendment. Counselor Van Buren. Just add that I had the experience last year, and it really helps you serve the city when you have that experience under your belt. So I'm glad that some of these freshman counselors will participate. Counselor Walker, did you have something you want to add?
I would be honored.
That's what I thought,
I
Counselor.
will do it, but you better have some warm clothes after. Blankets or beverages.
Counselor Emmons.
I'll only do it if Sean doesn't wear any shirt.
Sean, no shirt, Sean.
I'll be there.
So we need to vote on the amendment.
I'll need a second for the amendment.
Second for the amendment. Counselor Reynolds, second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes to the amendment.
You abstain?
Counselor Gozick?
Yes to the amendment.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes to him.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes to amend.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes to the amendment.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes to the amendment.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes to the amendment.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Now we must vote on the resolution as amended. Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren? Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
I went back. The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call resolution 47.
To approve the use of the Wrights Landing Marina area for a boat launch, steward educator from the St. Lawrence Eastern Lake, Ontario Partnership for Regional Invasive Species Management Program to be held during the summer season.
Counselor Van Buren, Counselor McLaughlin. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 48.
To accept donation of a replacement park bench at Brightbeck Park in honor of Charles M. and Teresa R. Walters.
Counselor Walker, Counselor Van Buren. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Gozick,
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren,
Yes.
Counselor Corradino,
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds,
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin,
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 49.
To approve the use of city properties in order to plant trees at 5 city brownfield sites.
Counselor Corradino, Counselor Emmons. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Gozick,
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren,
Yes.
Counselor Corradino,
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds,
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin,
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 50.
To grant variance of the noise ordinance to Mr. and Mrs. Robert McGrath, proprietors of Spencer's Alley located at 124 West 2nd Street during the months of May through September.
Counselor Walker, Counselor McLaughlin. Any comments? Counselor Emmons.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I will not be voting for this resolution this evening in favor of it. I believe there are concerns with the Thursday timeframe from 1 a.m. I stated those concerns at committee, related not only to school, in terms of it being a school night until the end of June, but also a work-related night as well, heading into the Friday. I believe we would be better served with a different time associated with Thursday night. And I have deep concerns about going into 1 a.m. with the 85 decibel level. Even with the decibel level at 65, we're not stating that folks cannot be playing music. I think that's a misnomer out there that if we said they had to be at another decibel level, a lower decibel level, or it had to end at a different time, that means the music has to stop playing. That's not true. It just has to not be playing above that particular decibel level. So I will continue to echo and say my concerns regarding Thursday night. And as it stands, I will not be voting in favor of the resolution.
Any comments? Counselor Reynolds?
I agree with Councilor Emmons, especially for the part where if we lowered it to, or we moved the time to an earlier hour, we aren't saying that music can't be played, just music can't be played.
Any other comments? Counselor Walker?
Thank you. Last year, we went through a battle with this for Mr. McGrath, and we had no complaints, 0 complaints on that, according to Chief Decare. And if anybody has a problem, I mean, the police are right there at their beck and call. Give them a call if you have a problem with it. I am in support of this because I see no problem with it. There was no complaints last year.
Thank you. Any other comments? Counselor Corradino?
Well, I agree with Councilor Walker that if there were no complaints last year, and we did ask the chief last week during committee, if there were no complaints last year, are we trying to fix something that there is no problem? So I'm going to be voting for this.
Any other comments? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Gozick,
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren,
No.
Counselor Corradino,
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds,
No.
Counselor McLaughlin,
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
No.
The resolution passes 4-3.
Clerk, please call Resolution 50.
To approve the proposed local law number 1 of the year 2016, a local law repealing Section C201 of the Charter of the City of Oswego, New York, with respect to city officers and employees.
Counselor Van Buren? Councilor Emmons. I'll just speak to this before I open up to the councilors. This is the residency law, and I brought this forward because I found in my short time as mayor and as essentially the hiring and firing, if you will, agent for the city, I found that we were somewhat hindered by the current policy. And through interviewing candidates for certain jobs, I found that there would be the scenario to where the city would possibly have to settle for the second best candidate or third best candidate based solely because of where they sleep at night. And I think that at this day and age, I think with what's at stake for this community, and we want to talk about making improvements and moving forward, I think to put the mayor in a position to where he has to, by law, pick the candidate that isn't the best candidate is just a disservice to the taxpayers and a disservice to the city. I also think that if you're trying to weed out the old political style games where in this city it's traditionally been who you know rather than what you know, this is another way to curb such a thought process and ways to where, we're leveling the playing field essentially and not catering to somebody because of where they live or who they know and things like that. I can truly, as the mayor, go in and hire who I feel is the most knowledgeable candidate, the best qualified candidate, and the candidate who performs best while being interviewed. And I appreciate the council's support on this resolution, and I look forward to being able to attract the best talent to work at City Hall going forward. And I also will just add that obviously as mayor, my preference, my first choice is to encourage people to live in the city, particularly if you work for the city. I will obviously do that. I'll obviously consider where the person lives in the interviewing process. But again, what this does is give me the ability to pick the best candidate no matter where they sleep at night. I understand that they live here, they work here, they should live here. That sounds nice. It sounds traditional. It sounds old school. It sounds old-fashioned. But it's 2016. People commute to work, and the city of Oswego can start moving forward with the best talent here. Any comments from the councilors? Councilor Gozer.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted to reiterate once again that I am in favor of repealing the law, again, with a firm commitment to a comprehensive overhaul of the requirement, and I would like to see everything done possible to give preferential treatment to local citizens, but I do understand the situation we're in, and that's why I'm supporting repealing the law, but I would like to make it clear that I have every intention of working with the city attorney to put this back in place so that we can put some sort of safeguards in there. Because I think many people feel, as you said, that they want to have the traditional, you work here, you live here, and there's a lot of jobs in this city, and it would be nice to make sure, whenever possible, that we can get people from Oswego for the vast majority of these jobs. But I think there are some jobs that require a certain level of expertise. And if we need to look elsewhere, we have large cities like Syracuse, Rochester, and we need to be able to draw on that applicant pool. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thanks, Councilor. Anyone else? Seeing none, will clerk please call the roll?
Councilor Walker.
No.
Councilor Gozick.
Yes.
Councilor Van Buren.
Yes.
Councilor Corradino.
Yes.
Councilor Reynolds.
Yes.
Councilor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Councilor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-1. Oh, 6-1, I'm sorry.
Clerk, please call Resolution 52.
Motion to amend a previously adopted resolution, resolution number 35, as amended, dated January 25th, 2016.
Councilor Walker, Councilor Van Buren. Before I open up to the councilors, I'll just explain what this is. This is an amendment to the propane tank inspections, the fire permits that we passed a few weeks ago. While we were debating that, implementing that permitting process, there was an amendment made, brought forth by Councilor Emmons, a well-intended amendment, but between the debate between Councilor Emmons and I and how it ended up in the resolution, there was some language that we were a little uncomfortable with. after speaking with HarborFest officials, we also decided that it may be easier to administer this permit by just having a level playing field and make it $50 if you receive the if you have to apply for the fire permit and receive the fire permit. That makes it easier on their end. It makes it easier, I believe, on our end. And also, just to clarify again, the amendment we got hung up on last time was figuring out the language to make sure that the appropriate people were being inspected. And what this does is inspects mobile food vendors who come into the city to do business, if they have an open flame, if they have propane tanks, things of that nature, because what happens is the fire department has to go to these mass gatherings and perform inspections. All we're asking out of the food vendors is to pay for the inspection that you have to receive that takes time from the fire department, and just pay for the service that you receive as HarborFest. This will also help. A lot of people say, well, is HarborFest good? Is HarborFest bad? It costs the city money in overtime, costs the fire department money in overtime. This will help pay for some of that overtime without actually attacking HarborFest as an organization. You're going after, I don't want to say going after, but you're charging the folks, the mobile food vendors who are here making money, most of which are from out of town, and you're just making them pay for a service that they receive no matter what. So this is just fixing that language and making it much more convenient to administer. Councilors? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 53.
To approve the new fee schedule for propane tank inspections.
Councilor Walker, Councilor Emmons. Before I open up for comments, we just made a motion to amend a previously adopted resolution, so this is that resolution. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 54.
To approve the budget amendment to code enforcement.
Councilor Cordino, Councilor Reynolds. Before I open this up to councilors, what this is money for a permit coordinator. This is part-time, $25,500. What this permit coordinator will do is greet potential developers, investors, folks who want to improve their home when they come up to the third floor of City Hall and lay out the permitting process, walk them through the process, tell them up front what they need to do, what meetings they need to attend, and literally make sure it's a friendly process, expedite these permits so that we aren't waiting 3, 4, 5 weeks for somebody to receive a building permit or any other permit. This, I believe, is something we all somewhat campaigned on as far as making Oswego business friendly, open for business, encouraging investment, and this is really phase 1 of resurrecting our code enforcement office. This person will report to the code enforcement office and make sure that everyone is in sync. All of our departments are communicating so that it's not inconvenient and confusing to folks who want to improve their homes or start a business or expand a business. I'd appreciate your support on this. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 55.
To approve a proposal submitted by Step One Creative for the new city website project.
Councilor Van Buren, Councilor Reynolds. Before I throw it to the councilors, this is obviously money to start a city website and revamp the city website with a new website developer. In the year 2016, I feel that your internet presence and your web presence is as important as anything. Right now, if you look at our city website, you can see just how embarrassing it really is. It's not user-friendly. It provides almost no information to residents, to tourists, to SUNY students. And it's really a form of communication we're missing out on. Not only that, but it's something that the city needs to be proud of. And as most of you know, when you look to travel somewhere, if you think you're passing through a place, if you have to stay somewhere, the first place you go is Google and type in that destination. And right now, the city website that pops up is just embarrassing. It does nothing to attract anyone to move here or anyone to visit here. In this proposal, first of all, this proposal is substantially less expensive than previously considered proposals. It has several amenities like a business, an interactive map for small local businesses. It'll also have the capability to put city documents like permits on the website so folks can use those rather than coming into City Hall to get started. And it'll also feature a mayor's blog. It'll have profiles of counselors if they wish to have one, profiles of department heads, contact info, several other amenities. So I feel that this is long overdue. I look forward to seeing the finished product. And of course, I'll just offer to the counselors if there's anything you'd like to see in the website, any suggestions where you are hiring a local firm. Their shop is right down the street. They're vested in the community. They know the community as well as we do. And you can obviously pick up the phone or stop down at their office or talk to me. I know personally I'll have my hands really involved in designing and updating the website, and I make that offer available to all counselors as well. Any comments? Counselor Goza.
I wanted to point out several constituents concerned with the fact that it's been a competitive and being new, you know, I looked to the charter and looked at Article 7 for purchasing, but I also talked to the city attorney, Kevin Caracoli, and he assured me that a bid was not necessary because the website falls under professional services. So I just wanted to address that issue because it was brought to my attention, and being new, learning the ropes here, but if anyone was concerned with that, because, you know, a lot of us being new on the council, my concern was, I think that for most projects or, you know, anything the city's going to purchase, that there should be competitive bids or request for proposal put out. But at the same time, I've seen the website, and I'm looking forward to, you know, putting a new face on Oswego and marketing Oswego here, and I think Step One will do a great job. I've seen their work, so I'm in favor of it. I did want to bring that up.
Any other comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren? Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 56.
To approve the attendance at the initial response to active shooters course and the team tactics for patrol officers course to be held on February 17th through the 18th, 2016, and February 24th through the 25th, 2016, in Oriskany, New York, at the request of Tori L. DeCare, Police Chief.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Walker. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 57.
To approve the attendance at the Fire and Arson Investigation Course and Building Officials Educational Conference to be held during the months of February, March, and June in Montour Falls, New York, and West Henrietta, New York, at the request of Jeffrey M. McRobey, Fire Chief.
Counselor Van Buren, Counselor Reynolds. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 58.
To approve attendance at the New York State Building Officials Conference to be held March 29th through the 31st, 2016 in Liverpool, New York, at the request of Amy Birdsall, Planning and Zoning Director.
Counselor Reynolds, Counselor Cordino. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 59.
To approve the attendance at the New York Planning Federation Conference to be held April 17th through the 19th, 2016 in Saratoga Springs, New York, at the request of Amy Birdsall, Planning and Zoning Director.
Counselor Van Buren, Counselor McLaughlin. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 60.
To waive the rules of the Common Council to present resolution numbers 61 through 64 without committee consideration.
Counselor Walker, Counselor Van Buren. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren? Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 61.
To express support of the Mayor and Common Council regarding New York State Senate and Assembly Bills Zero Carbon Emission Tax Credit and Zero Carbon Emission Investment Program in an effort to secure the future of the James A. Fitzpatrick Nuclear Power Plant.
Counselor Walker, Counselor McLaughlin. Before I throw it to the counselors, we all know the news from the James A. Fitzpatrick Power Plant. Our local assemblymen and state senator have introduced bills to the state legislature implementing policies, implementing incentives that we hope would encourage Fitzpatrick to stay open, encourage Entergy to continue to operate that plant. Also, I just want to take the focus off Fitzpatrick briefly. This also involves a policy that will embrace nuclear energy and the benefits it has for Oswego County. So I thought I would put this forward and throw our support behind Assemblyman Barclay and Senator Ritchie and pass this resolution for them to take to Albany and show the support that our local community has. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 62.
To approve solid waste license for the year 2016.
Counselor Walker, Counselor Emmons. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 63.
Motion to rescind resolution number 140 dated April 10th, 2006.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Emmons, or Counselor Van Buren, sorry. Any comments? I'll just add that this is a resolution coming from a situation that we found was occurring at the McRobey building. We had the Sea Cadets that were staying the night. I sent over the fire chief and the DPW commissioner to look at the building and look at the situation. What we found was we had a building where 30 kids or more were staying overnight. When the DPW commissioner didn't know, the fire chief did not know. Actually, nobody really knew. And not only that, but the building's not up to code. So before we allow them to stay the night again, we need to get the McRobey building up to code so it's a safe environment. We will establish a protocol to where the city will know when folks are staying the night. To be honest, I just can't believe that since this resolution passed, the Sea Cadets have been staying overnight there, and I'm not sure how far back you have to go for people to realize that folks were staying overnight at the McRobey building and nobody in the city actually knew. So it's puzzling to me. We figured it out, and we have to act on it and err on the side of caution. So any comments? Seeing none, will clerk please call the roll?
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Corodino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Will clerk please call Resolution 64?
To approve the use of public space, the Darling Elves Flower and Gift Shop, in order to place advertising signs.
Counselor Walker, Counselor Corodino. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Corodino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Any unfinished business to come before the council? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Walker. Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozick?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Corodino?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
Resolution passes 7-0.
Meeting is adjourned.
What's that? Yeah. No, I got called.